Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We tested yesterday, is the Bruen still viable? The answer is yes. The new Bruen build with the Commando foregrip is absolutely viable and a slapper. But here comes the next important question. How does the Bruen compare to the PKM? Because essentially the PKM has two things. First and foremost, it actually has a way higher damage range. So the whole range of the gun is better, the ADS speed is better, and it has something called the snatch grip, which is one hell of an insane recoil control and ADS speed grip. Technically, both guns are 100 round mag guns now. So which one of them is the one that does perform better now? Which one is the best LMG for the Warzone on these certain ranges? We're going to dive down into recoil control, recoil patterns, damages on body, over range, time to kill. We're going to check everything out in this video, and then we're going to draw a verdict. Which one is the one? Which one should be played from you by now? Let's look at the numbers first. The base numbers, the base weapon stats. We have on the left side the Bruen, on the right side the PKM. So when we get down to the range from 0 to 26 meters, the damage is 46 on the head, 31 chest, 31 stomach, and 31 extremities. Funny story, the PKM actually has more chest damage now. That's quite crazy. The fire rate is absolutely the same. The ADS movement is definitely faster on the PKM, and the PKM also has better ADS base speed, plus the bullet velocity is the same here. The biggest downside is here. Reload speed of 8.85 seconds, whereas the Bruen has a reload speed from 5.27 seconds. So this is a huge limitation on the PKM, considering that you almost take 10 seconds to reload the gun, but you have obviously 100 bullets. But how does it look like on further ranges? I mean, 39 meters plus, headshot is still 42. Then you have 30, 28, 28. When you go for the 26 to 56 meter range on the Bruen, you already lose some damage here. So you have 2 damage less, that's fine. If we go for 56 and further, it drops even more down. So as you can see, the PKM on a long range is an absolute crazy gun, considering that it just does way more damage. I mean, that's 8 damage on the chest more. That's pretty some big numbers. So when we come down to the really long range shots, the PKM dominates. Considering though on the Warzone that most shots are 20 to 80 meter range, mostly actually 20 to 40. So this is like the range we're talking about, which means it's like this damage comparison, where the PKM actually looks better. These would be the fully equipped guns. And if we look at this right now, the Bruen and the PKM, same range modifier pretty much, but look at the PKM, almost 100 milliseconds ADS time better than the Bruen right now at this very moment, due to not using the 60 round mag, due to not actually using the skeleton stock. Sprint to fire speed, kind of the same movement speed, more or less the same ADS movement speed, also not giving taken that much. We have a similar bullet velocity. The Bruen actually a little bit more, which plays a role for the long range shots. Yes. If we look at the time to kill charts now, we can take the bullet travel time to target into place, because as we said, the Bruen has a better bullet travel time, which you can see especially here in the mid ranges. But the time to kill of both guns on 250 3 plates chest, you can see the PKM has a better time to kill in the 20 to 40 to 60 meter range. Up to 80 meters, they're kind of the same, but then it goes on and on and on and on, where the PKM is just better. If we also add now the percentage of ADS time to this, and you would put 100% of ADS time to this, then you can see that the time to kill goes so much up on the Bruen. That's crazy. I mean, look at this, because you obviously have the absolute long ADS time. Then again, ADS time doesn't matter that much in long range fights, because you're going to be zoomed in. But especially in these mid-range fights, sometimes you want to zoom in faster than your opponent and start beaming, and that's where the Bruen can actually get you killed. Like we're talking about like 200 milliseconds, almost more, where the PKM just zips in like crazy. So in this comparison, if we were straight up look at the numbers, I would say the PKM is the straight up better gun than the Bruen, without even looking at the recoil comparison that's now coming. The Bruen build for the test is following. We're going for the monolithic suppressor, Acer Cape Summit for the recoil range and bolt velocity, tac laser, VLK optic, and then the clue is obviously the commando foregrip that currently makes the gun as good as it is, taking away the deviation of the horizontal recoil and helping a little bit with the vert recoil that is not that much on the Bruen. The PKM build is quite similar. Monolithic suppressor, the extended barrel. You could choose the heavy barrel, but you're missing the bonus vert recoil that the extended barrel gives. And you really want to have that because the gun is only vert recoil. Tac laser for the crazy ADS speed, really important on this gun because it gives you so many ADS frames. Snatch grip, also recoil control and ADS speed bonus. That would be the PKM build to test the recoil. What we're going to do here with the PKM is we're going to spray 50 bullets, just let the gun go, and then we're going to do another 50 bullets of recoil control. So we're going to see here, the gun more or less just goes up in a straight line. More or less, the PKM. There's no left or right, there's no pull to any side. It just goes up, straight vertical recoil, some deviation. Actually pretty damn good if you look at it. Also, let's do the control on the spray now on 1 point. As you can see, vertical climb extremely high. So that's like the problem. There is a world where we might have to sacrifice the tac laser to get a little bit more of the vert control to potentially build the gun even better. Now let's compare to the Bruen to that to see how does the Bruen behave. When it comes down to the Bruen, the vert recoil is definitely lower than the PKM. So the PKM was already here after 50 bullets. But the Bruen has this weird little tinge to the left where it then pulls up. The shots are extremely clustered because of the vert recoil being so low. So that definitely does feel better than the PKM one. How's the cluster spray? And now we're looking at the cluster spray. It's also way tighter than the PKM. It does a very good job. It's super, narrow together. Therefore, I would say from a recoil standpoint, PKM over Bruen, that the Bruen has the tighter spread and also the less vert recoil because the PKM was just flying away. Then again, the vert recoil, pulling down your gun, is the absolute easiest to control. The deviation, the horizontal left and right wobble, you got to work against that with attachments. But what we're going to do is we're going to see what would the PKM do if we put the laser off. The one thing we changed here is we put the tac laser off and we put a rubberized grip tape on for the bonus recoil control. It's only 4%, but 4% is 4%. So let's see, how does the gun feel now? Is it not pulling off this hard? And as you can already see, it's the same amount of bullets, but the recoil already feels way less. I mean, last time we were up here straight away. So 4% might only be 4%. But 4% kicks in pretty decent. Quite a surprise here on the gun. Let's see how the spread is. Damn, Chad. The granulated grip tape is absolutely cracking it in here. This is something I have not tried out yet before. This is the first time I've ever tried it out. I guess we need to try this out for the Bruen too, sacrificing the tac laser, putting down some ADS speed even more. Now the Bruen with the rubberized grip tape on top. Again, 4% only being 4%, but what does the 4% do? It definitely feels tighter on the PKM than it does on the Bruen. I mean, the 4% on the Bruen, like, you have to consider that you get 4% more recoil control, but 4% on not a lot of vert recoil is not a lot of help, whereas 4% on a lot of vertical recoil is a lot of help. Therefore, the verdict here, PKM with the rubberized grip tape is surprisingly insane. I'm definitely going to have to world that in Warzone. The Bruen does not really profit from it. You really want to have the ADS speed. After testing it now, after checking, you've seen it's quite crazy. Yes, the rubberized grip tape does something, but on the Bruen, it's like not a lot of vert recoil, and then 4% of control does not do that much. Give it a whirl if you still want to in the Warzone. Give me some feedback in the comments how you felt about it. But on the PKM, it's absolutely mental. Definitely going to put out the tack laser. Definitely going to put on the rubberized grip tape to really have the 4% extra on the 100% crazy vertical recoil of the gun. I mean, that blew me absolutely away what we figured out here. Final conclusion, Bruen versus PKM, ladies and gentlemen, and the winner of the race is personal preference. No, let's not go down that road. I would say from what we've seen here so far, we could have discovered a new good PKM build where we actually do play the rubberized grip tape on top of what the gun anyways has to offer, and that it then might perform better than the Bruen, but we have to still keep in mind the 8 seconds reload speed of the PKM does make the gun, in certain situations, especially when you're getting pressured and pushed, a worse gun than the Bruen. So I would say for overall usability, if we just ignore the stats and just talk about what would be best in a Warzone situation, I would still go with the Bruen because the 5-second reload is really what does it. All in all, when we're talking about straight up winning all your firefights and never feeling like the gun let you down, it might be that the PKM is just the runner up here with the new rubberized grip build that we're going to be playing absolutely and try out. How good does it do? How good does it feel? Both guns are still insane, absolutely viable. The Bruen is balanced now finally, as you can see in the comparison to the PKM. Before it was absolutely unbalanced, now it's balanced and both guns just feel really good. I would say when it comes down to best LMG, PKM would take the title, mere from a stat perspective, plus from the handling it still feels good, but the big minus side, obviously the reload, which then again makes a balanced gun. Imagine the gun had a way faster reload speed, it wouldn't be balanced. Therefore, both guns are great, but definitely give the PKM a try. You don't have to unlock the Bruen. You have an absolute insane gun that from a stats perspective shits on the Bruen. Don't feel bad about not having it. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps you with your decision of what gun to play and where to go and what to especially level up. And if you don't want to do the Bruen quest, well, you're good to go. Just go for the PKM. It's going to be absolutely frying. Don't forget to subscribe here. Don't forget to watch the live stream from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Twitch TV. And thanks for almost getting us to 50,000 subscribers. We've been growing like crazy recently. You're all very much appreciated. See you soon in the Warzone.